Alright guys, before we get started today, I just want to give a big thanks to my friends over at Bag in the Chat. They also have a YouTube channel going, and if you guys are watching this and you're not already subscribed to them, go over there and subscribe to them, so that way we can show each other some love. I play with them almost every single day, and they're the guys I always play Siege with. They're the friends that always help me with these videos, and they help a great deal in the makings of these videos, so I'll leave a link to their channel in the description below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to me if you want to see more of these operator how-to videos and more Siege-like videos. I was thinking about posting other games as well on this. Please leave a comment and tell me what you think of that, or if you just want me to stick to Siege for now. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. What is up? Skill Caps is back, and we're doing another operator how-to video today. We're doing the combination of both Rook and Doc, mainly because they have the exact same guns in both primary and secondary, and both of their abilities are relatively easy to use. To make things simple, we're just going to do the guns for Rook since they are both the same. We're going to start out with the P90. It has all the attachments. You can put an extended barrel on it, 22 damage, 970 rounds per minute. There is a 50 mobility and a 50 capacity in the clip. If you look at the recoil, it's not that bad. Now, most people will take sides. You're either a P90 fan or an MP5 master race. MP5 does 30 damage with an 800 rate of fire, 50 mobility, and 30 in the clip. There is a similar amount of recoil. The MP5 goes slightly off to the right, and the P90 goes slightly off to the left. Personally, I'm a P90 fan because it may only do 22 damage, which is 8 less, than the actual MP5, but headshots do 100 damage in any gun. Going now to the shotgun, we have the SG CQB shotgun, pump action shotgun, really slow rate of fire, loads of damage, and the recoil isn't really that bad to tolerate. If you look over in the bottom right, it looks like it's terrible. Since it's pump action, you're not gonna get above that yellow mark, so really if you aim for the chest, you'll probably be hitting them in the head and the shoulders. For secondaries on both of these guys, we've got the LFP 586 handgun, 357 Magnum revolver. 78 damage, single shot, 6 rounds in the clip, or cylinder I should say, and a 50 mobility. The recoil on this thing is really bad, but it'll drop people to like 10 health in one hit, and if you're lucky you hit them in the shoulders or above, it might just down them. Next we're going to the P9 handgun, 45 damage, so considerably less than the 357 mag, but it's got a better rate of fire, better mobility, 16 rounds in the clip, and the recoil pattern is amazing, just like with all other pistols except for the Deagle and the 357 mag. You're going to have barely any recoil. You aim for the shoulders, you're going to hit them in the head. The only difference between these two guys is that Rook has impact grenades and a deployable shield, and Doc has a deployable shield and barbed wire. So considering the situation, if you want to make a hole in a wall, you might want an impact grenade. If you want to slow people down in the objective, you might want to run barbed wire. So you might want to run Doc more in that situation. Now the magic of these two operators isn't from the guns they carry or the gadgets that they carry, it's from their special ability. Rook's special ability at the beginning of the round, or any time during the round, he can put down a pack that has 5 armor-proof plates, or bulletproof plates, excuse me, armor-proof doesn't make sense. Bulletproof plates that you can put onto yourself, giving you a little bit of extra health, which it doesn't appear on your health bar in the bottom corner, but it will let you get a few extra body shots in there. Doc, on the other hand, does not have these bulletproof plates. He has a stim shot, which, if hit with an ally, will grant them a certain amount of health. I'm not quite sure how much more. We'll get more into that when we get actually playing these guys. And it can also revive down teammates. And it also works on the enemy. So if you shoot an enemy with your stim shot, it'll give them health or revive them. I don't know why you'd want to do this, but it is a function of the game. Now that we've talked a little bit about both of these operators, let's go into an in-depth look on both of these, starting with Rook, and then we'll transition over into Doc. Alright guys, now with a more in-depth look at Rook, as you can see, if I press R1, it will place down his armor plates, and allies can come over and pick them up. and it'll give you a blue little armor icon. You want to pick it up, Dakota? A blue little armor icon in the bottom left there to show that you do have the armor. As well, you may want to know, though, is if there are any armors left over, an enemy can actually come and pick it up and get the armor benefits. So a good word of advice may be to either 1, try to hide your armor plates, or 2, once everybody gets an armor plate on your team that wants one, or if you have one less or whatever, destroy the armor plates. You won't get any point penalties as long as you're the one doing it and not your allies. Alright guys, and now I'm on the attacking team just to show you guys if Rook does have any extra armors laying down on the ground, you will be able to come pick them up. After he puts it down, we come over and pick it up. There is a blue little icon on the bottom showing that we get full armor benefits, and it actually works. If you destroy it, after you take it, you will get an extra 10 points as well. Also, you guys may know that Rook also gets impacts and a shield. I mainly run the impacts, mainly because if there are 2 objectives, just like in Bomb, you might want to make a hole in between the objectives so that way you can get between them faster, and impacts are a perfect way to do that. Throwing an impact at a wall will create a hole, perfect size for a big man like Rook to hop through. Make sure all of his teammates can get through. If you use 2 or you throw one a little lower, you'll be able to walk through it without vaulting.
Just don't run.
Taking a closer look at the P90, if you can watch this wall here, I'll show you the hipfire spread. So there is a decent amount of recoil, but it does top out after a little while. Now I'll show you the aimed spread. A little bit less recoil, but again, it's still quite a bit of recoil. It's pretty easy to control. If I wanted to, I can just hold it right there on the wall and kill my teammate. Alright guys, now we're looking at the MP5 for both Doc and Rook, and since I'm going over these guns and they both have them, we'll only go over them once just to save you guys a little bit of time. This is the hipfire spread on the MP5. Looks to be a little less than the P90, and it's got a little less fire rate with a little more damage, so that's why people say it's pretty damn good. Now we will move to the ADS spread. Here we go. Lot less recoil that time, unlike the P90 that had about the same amount of spread. Then over on this wall, I will have my friend demonstrate what it would be like to try to hold a pattern with the spread. Again, pretty easy to hold a pattern with the spread. P90 might have been a little bit easier, but the choice is up to you, I guess. If you want the P90, choose the P90. If you want the MP5, choose the MP5. Along with the impacts, Rook and Doc both have shields that you can put down. They are bulletproof shields. If he puts one down real quick, I can demonstrate. If he hides behind this shield, you can shoot it all you want. Nothing's going to happen. Even if you shoot it with glass, the bullets do not penetrate through. It's a completely metal shield. It also blocks a few concussion grenades and a few frag grenades, so it might help you a lot. One thing to note, that these shields are not bulletproof. So that may be one thing you want to consider before placing it down somewhere. Also, if you put these down somewhere, they will obstruct movement. So if you put it down in a doorway, it will make the defenders have to either find another way through or vault over and possibly be killed while they're vaulting. Alright guys, just as I did with the cap can video with the Seige 12 gauge shotgun, I'm now going to show you the wall destruction capabilities of this shotgun. Much more wall destruction compared to the Seige 12 gauge shotgun. Much bigger holes, much better clean through holes, I could even say. It even went through that wall over there and almost through that next wall. So much better penetration on this gun, slower fire rate, a lot more damage. But this is also considered one of the worst shotguns in the game. So it's up to you if you want to use it. Alright guys, now since my friend is also playing Doc, I thought I'd demonstrate for you the medical powers that he possesses. His R1 ability is the stim pistol. When he shoots an ally or an enemy or himself by pressing R1 again, they gain 40 health. Now, if you have 100 health, it'll give you 40 extra health. Also paired with the Rook plates, you will gain a crazy amount of protections, crazy amount of health, and you're going to be pretty unstoppable for just a short amount of time. As you can see, the 140 health is already dwindled down to 120. If he shoots himself, he also gets the same effect. Now, I got to make this quick. As you can see, I am down, and if Doc shoots me with the stim pistol, even though I'm on the enemy team... Alright, okay. I will get back up, and it gives you 75 health instead of 50 health like a normal revive. Also, if you down Doc himself, he can also stim himself and also get back up. So in many situations, this will be very useful. If your teammate's down across the room, you can shoot him all the way across the room and it'll still revive him to 75 health. Doc's the last one left and he's hiding back in a corner somewhere. He goes down, he can revive himself. Last thing about Doc you need to know that's different about Rook is he does have barbed wire. Basically just put down barbed wire wherever you want enemies to be slowed, and it will slow them. You walk considerably slower, and you cannot sprint through it. The barbed wire does only take 2 hits to destroy, and that's all for both of these operators. Because both of these operators are extremely easy to use, Rook being you hit R1 at the beginning of the match and there's nothing left for you to do, and Doc just shooting himself or allies with the stim pistol to make them stronger, have more health, both of these operators are heavily reliant on gunfights. Your gun skill is going to come in very big with these two operators. You cannot win gunfights, you will not be good with these operators, but also saying that these operators are extremely easy to use because their guns do good amount of damage with low amounts of recoil. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Today has been a good explanation of both Doc and Rook. They're both pretty easy operators to use. Hopefully this guide helped you out a little bit in playing the game. And hopefully I'll see you guys all in the next video. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe. Peace!
One friendly remaining. Op 4 eliminated.
G-R-E-Y-F-I-V-E and I am the skeleton hiding